Hi everyone, I'm Katie, an infant toddler Montessori teacher and registered early childhood educator. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about 4 stages of play. The 4 stages are solitary play, parallel play, associative play, and then finally cooperative play. I thought that this video would be of interest to parents and caregivers just so that you can understand the different stages of development that children go through with their social skills. And this way you can better support them in terms of where they are at developmentally. Play is an important part of a child's development, and each stage of play has its own characteristics and benefits. It's important for me to note here, though, that when I'm talking about the different stages of play, I'm not talking about playing with you, the parents or the caregivers. I am sure your infant or your toddler is more than happy to play with you at any opportunity. So when I'm talking about play in this video, I'm specifically talking about play with other children. So stage number 1 is solitary play. This stage of play usually starts at around 3 months of age and ends around 2 years of age. During this stage, children are typically focused on playing alone and exploring and observing their surroundings. So you'll see them really engaged in what it is that they're doing, how they're manipulating objects, trying to sort of learn and take in as much of the world around them as they can. During this stage, you can absolutely take your child to places where there's going to be other children. You can have play dates, you can go to the park, all of those things. Just understand that if they're not playing with other children or not showing any interest in playing with other children, that is developmentally appropriate. It's also worth noting here that a child above the age of 2 may choose to play alone. It's just the age of 2 is more of an indicator that they're more developmentally ready for social interactions. But just like adults sometimes like to be alone, children do too. So don't worry too much if your 3-year-old is choosing to play alone from time to time. So stage number 2 is parallel play, and it usually starts at around 2 years of age. This stage is when a child plays near or beside other children, but is not playing with them. So for example, you might notice that your child is sitting next to another child, maybe even playing with similar toys. But if you look closely, you will likely notice that they aren't actually playing together. They're not really engaging with one another. They're simply sharing the same space with one another. So this stage is important because it helps toddlers to learn social skills like taking turns and, like I said, sharing space with others. When it comes to sharing space with others, I don't think we really appreciate how challenging that can be to learn. We spent a lot of time in the classroom just guiding and supporting the children in learning how to share a classroom with each other, how to take turns with the materials, and just be in close proximity with other children. So during this stage, it is important to give your child opportunities to practice their social skills. So you do want to bring them to settings where there are going to be other children. It's just on you to be patient, to temper your expectations, and be ready to help whenever needed. It's usually around this time that parents try to encourage their children to share because you're now in a social setting. But if you're interested, we do have a video on the channel called Why Montessori Teachers Don't Encourage Children to Share that might be of interest, just so that you can understand that developmentally sharing is pretty tricky when you're a toddler. Sorry to interrupt, but if you have any questions about Montessori, just leave a comment below and remember to subscribe, and I'll answer your question in a future video. Now back to the content. So stage number 3 is associative play, and this usually happens around 3 to 4 years of age. They may engage in activities with other children like building with blocks or playing games, but they don't have a specific goal in mind. They're just sort of free playing with each other. This stage helps children to learn social skills like communication and cooperation. It was really interesting to see my students enter into this stage of play every year. At the beginning of the year, the children were all mostly in the parallel play stage, but by the end of the year, when the children were closer to 3, some of them were a little bit older than 3, I would definitely notice them entering into that associative play stage. And when I saw that, I knew that this was the time to start planning for more group activities. So we would play board games, we would play games outside, and I would just sort of help to facilitate some social interactions as they learned to play together. So the final stage of play is cooperative play. And cooperative play typically starts around 4 years of age. During this stage, you will observe your child playing with others, and now they are showing an interest in the actual play and in their peers. They're very engaged in the social aspect of the play. And it's during this stage that children engage in more complex activities like sports or games with rules, like team games, where they have to really work together in order to achieve a common goal. And it's this stage that helps children to develop social skills like teamwork, communication, and problem solving. It's important for me to finish off here by just pointing out that every child is going to move on to the next stage of play once they're ready. Just like adults, children have their own unique temperaments, and that is going to have an impact on how they develop their social skills. Some children are more shy, others are more outgoing. What's important is that each child is given the support that they need as they learn how to interact with other children. There's no need to compare them to other children their age because they're developing at a pace that is exactly right for them. All right, well, I hope that you found today's video to be informative. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Bye! Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, it really helps our channel if you like and subscribe. This helps other parents to find our channel. And if you have a question, feel free to comment your question below and we'll answer it in a future video. Take care. Bye.